Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited because I have 100 subscribers. That's crazy. I can't believe it. Nobody unsubscribed because then I won't have 100. I want to do some kind of celebration. So I will be hopefully coming up with an idea and posting that very soon. I honestly never expected to even have 100 subscribers. I thought it would be like 10. And it would be all my friends and not just like random other booktuber people. So thank you guys so much. That is very exciting. And just to keep you updated, I realize I have not showed you guys baby pictures in a long time. So over here, I'm going to post some baby pictures and you guys can see, here's how he's doing now. Here's, he's 10 weeks old. Yeah, about 10 and a half weeks old. So that's really exciting. And he's doing great. He's sleeping better at night. He had his vaccines, which actually caused a little bit of an issue with his stomach apparently and sleeping at night, but he is doing so much better. So anyway, I hope to feature him in a video soon where I actually talk about, was I able to read any books while I had a baby? So you'll find that out very soon. Anyway, today I want to do a rapid review, just a few minutes, about Kings of the Wyld by Nicholas Eames. I read this as an audiobook, or not an audiobook, oh my gosh, that's how sleep deprived I am, I guess. I read an ebook of this, so I don't have the physical copy, but I do want to talk about it because I'd heard so much about it on BookTube, and there's a sequel called Bloody Rose that I read about half of. I did DNF that one, although honestly I think the writing might have even been better in that one. I know a lot of people like it better. Anyway, let's talk about Kings of the Wyld. I'm really just going to talk about a couple pros and cons and let you know if you would want to read it or not. This is a Viking-inspired fantasy novel. It's set in another world that is very much like a Viking world. It's fantasy because, yes, there's, magic and, dragons and, things like that. I think there were dragons. It's been so long since I read it, but I know I still want to do the review for it, even though it's been a while, because I definitely remember the overall vibe and the pros and cons and what I thought about it. So overall, I just thought this book was okay. It was just kind of meh. Honestly, the writing quality itself was really, really good. That was definitely a pro. I liked kind of the idea of getting old characters back together. It was, if you've ever seen the movie Red with Bruce Willis and John Malkovich, it reminds me very much of that, where it's these older heroes who have disbanded a long time ago. They literally have a band, and it's kind of like a musical band. There's like references to music and things. I'll talk about that in a minute, but they have to get back together. And I did like that concept a lot. I thought that was really neat. I thought that like I said, the writing style was really neat. It was very easy to read. I'm not much of a fan of ebooks, but because it was so fast to read and so easy to read, that I was even able to read this while watching my husband play video games. So very, very easy for sure. I think it would be a good introductory fantasy novel if you are not wanting a novel that has a whole bunch of characters, names, places, a lot of like Game of Thrones type in-depth world building. It doesn't have anything like that. So those would be the pros for me. Now, as far as the cons go, there were quite a few, which is why this book was very meh for me. Honestly, nothing about it really caught my attention, I guess I would say. Nothing stood out. Like I said, I liked the concept and all that, but there was just nothing that I was like, oh man, this is so awesome that I love it. It was just sort of there, honestly. Another con, I think, would be just how many references there were to it being a band. So it's very much supposed to be inspired by like 70s and 80s rock music, and that their band of Viking, warriors is supposed to be very similar to a band that would literally go on a tour. They talk about going on tour and things like that, and basically doing tasks and feats that like in front of others, in front of a crowd. It would literally be like playing at a concert, like they have concerts basically. And so, but it got a little bit over the top to the point that you were like, oh my gosh, like they're even describing, a mosh pit or something, but in other words. And it was too much at some point. And I liked it, but it did take me out of the world. And all I could think of was, okay, I'm reading a book that is describing this. I don't know if does that make any sense? Like, it just made me think about the real world too much when I wanted to read a fantasy novel, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that would be probably my biggest complaint about it. I did think that the pacing, it does spend the first half of the book. Just be prepared for this. The first half is just getting the band together, all the old crew, just finding each one, and every time they find one, then they all go and find the next member, and then they all go and find the next one, and there's sort of a little adventure with each one. So the main plot of the actual story doesn't start till at least halfway through, probably actually more. And so I did have a little bit of issue with that too, just because I didn't expect it, but maybe if I had expected it, it would be a little bit better. So that's some information about Kings of the Wyld. Read it at your own risk. Some people obviously love this book and really enjoy it. Others, like me, I just find it kind of meh. The sequel, Bloody Rose, follows a different character, but in the same world. It's the daughter of one of the main characters from the first book, and a lot of people really enjoy that one more. So, you know, if you want to make it through the first one, I say make it through, but it really wasn't terrible. Then you might enjoy the second one even more. So, all right, look forward to my 100 subscriber celebration. Yay! And I will see you guys later. Bye.